Participants, welcome to another session. Please wait. I may share my SPSS screen to you. Wait. Wait. I think now the screen is visible to you. Today, it is the last class of week 1. Week 1 related with correlation, regression, ANOVA, ANCOVA, MANOVA, etc. It is the last session related with week 1. Now I want to discuss about one of the important type of regression, logistic regression. Actually, the name is binary logistic regression. As the name indicates, there is something related with the binary. That means two states. That is known as binary. Yes. In binary logistic regression, unlike the regression, in ordinary regression, your dependent variable should be measured in continuous scale. But in binary logistic regression, commonly it is known as logistic regression. Actually, the name is binary logistic regression. In binary logistic regression, your dependent variable should be measured in binary scale, 2 states, 0 and 1, otherwise 2 and 1, etc. Then first, we have to think about assumptions. Yes, first assumption. Your dependent variable should be measured on a 2-point scale, binary scale. Second one, that means yes or no, the most typical. Your dependent variable should be measured on a yes or no scale. That means whether you have heart disease, first answer yes, second answer no, yes. Likewise, your dependent variable should be measured on a yes or no scale. First assumption. Second one, you have one or more independent variable which can be either continuous scale or categorical scale. Third one, you should have independence of observations, and the dependent variable should have mutually exclusive and exhaustive categories. Last one, there need to be a linear relationship between any continuous independent variable and the logistic transformation of the dependent variable. Those are the 4 assumptions. Now, first, we may think about a typical example. Otherwise, what is the use of logistic regression? Typical example. A health researcher wants to be able to predict whether the incidence of heart disease can be predicted based on age, weight, gender, etc. Yeah, simple. A health researcher wants to be able to predict whether the incidence of health disease, that means not health disease, heart disease. I'll read the question once again. A health researcher wants to be able to predict whether the incidence of heart disease means yes or no. Whether you have a question related with the dependent variable, whether you have heart disease, answer may be first answer yes, second answer no. Some respondents will feel yes, some respondents will feel no. That is the point. Your dependent variable should be measured using yes or no scale. Yes. Then again, I may read. A health researcher wants to be able to predict whether the incidence of heart disease can be predicted based on independent variables like age, weight, gender, etc., etc., etc. No problem. Here the question is simple. Dependent variable, yes or no. Question type, dependent variable. Independent variable may be continuous scale or categorical scale, no problem. This type of a question, this type of situation is very very effective to apply binary logistics regression and that type of regression. We have studied about so many type of regression in week 1. It is the last type of regression I want to discuss with you. That is binary logistics regression. Then there is a question. How can we solve a question related with the binary logistics regression using a SPSS platform? Yes, first variable view. Here you can see so many variables, but we may take only applicable variables. Please type heart disease. Answer yes or no. Then age you can take. Then work experience you can take. Gender you can take. Education level. It is a question meant for only understanding about binary logistics regression. Then please do not think about the variables I have taken. Only it is for the academic purposes. Dependent variable, heart disease. Then independent variable, age, work experience, gender, education level. Then JS1, you can take job satisfaction, no problem. Then data view, you can see heart disease, binary scale 2, 1, age, continuous scale, work experience, continuous scale, gender, again, categorical, 1 male, 2 female. Okay. Then we can apply the binary logistics regression. We can use the binary logistics regression. Type, analyze, then, okay, analyze regression. Binary logistic, tick, click. Then, wait. Okay, please type dependent variable, heart disease, then covariate, that is known as independent variable, heart disease, no, age. You can type any variable, no problem. Work experience, gender, education level, then job satisfaction also, no problem. Okay, then categorical. Here, you have to take a categorical variable from the independent variable. Then please type gender. Then here you have to change the reference category from last to first. Then first. Click on first. Then continue. Then options. You have to click on classification plots. Then second OSMA, that type of menu. Then case-wise listing of residuals. Then CI, that type of menu, etc. Then continue. Okay. Then okay. Then you will get the result. Yes, I have got the result. I may show you. Wait. Stop share. Yes. Now I think now you can visible the screen. Then what is the interpretation? Interpretation binary logistic regression. Yes. Interpretation. First table. Yes. First table. Omnibus test of model coefficients. That is the first important table. You have to type the interpretation. Type the SIG value, P value. If the P value is less than 0.05, that is a level of significance, then model is statistically significant. Otherwise, the model is not statistically significant. From the omnibus test of model coefficients, you can write here the model is statistically significant, no problem. Then second important type of interpretation related with the model summary. Model summary, please type model summary. Here you can see, actually it is another type of regression. Then you can see the R-square value. Two type of R-square value. One is Cox and Fennell R-square. Next one. Another type of R-square value. You can see, yes. Actually, you have to type R-square value. Last one, that is the most relevant value here. That value is more relevant than the Cox and Snell R square value. Two type of R square value, you can see. First type of R square value 0.120. Second type of another R square value, that is 0.163. The higher value that may be 0.163. Then please take it. Okay, here the interpretation. What is the interpretation? If the value is higher value, then it is good. Otherwise, it is not good. Okay, here the value last R square value, two type R square value. Please take last R square value. That is 0.163. That means 16.3%. That means that is one of the type of explanation. Here the independent variable explain 16% variation in the dependent variable. Yes, the dependent variable, whether you have heart disease, yes or no, whether you have heart disease, yes or no, that is a dependent variable. The independent variable, your age, your so many type of independent variable, your age, your education level, job satisfaction, etc. Whether those independent variable can predict the dependent variable, that is a question before you. Here, from the binary logistics regression, we can conclude that only 16.3% independent variables explain 16.3% variation in the dependent variable. Okay, that is the explanation. That is the interpretation. Then another table, important one, that is Osmer and Lame-Shaw. Osmer and Lame-Shaw test. That is the most next one. That is known as test of goodness of fit. Here also, you have to understand the p-value, that is 0.431. If the p-value is less than the p-value in ordinary sense, if the p-value is less than 0.05, the test is significant. Here, the p-value is greater than 0.05. That is the most important. Please understand. Here, in Osmer test, here the p-value is greater than 0.05, then good model fit. That is the interpretation. If the p-value is less than 0.05, poor model fit. Unlike other tests, in normal test, the p-value is 0.05. If the p-value is less than 0.05, the test is significant. I will repeat again. In normal test, if the p-value is less than 0.05, the test is significant. But here in Osmer test, if the p-value is greater than 0.05, the test is significant. Good model fit. Here you can see the p-value is 0.431. That is greater than 0.05. That means the model fit the data well. Yes. Next one. Next important one, variables in the equation. Yes, variables in the equation. Okay. You can here see the SIG value. SIG value, please see the SIG value. SIG value, then there's how many predictor, age, then you have work experience, gender, then education level, JS1, so many predictors. If the p-value is less than 0.05, then that independent variable is a significant predictor. The p-value is greater than 0.05, that independent variable is not significant. Here you can see, I think, first one, not a good predictor. Second one, not a good predictor. Third one, not a good predictor. Fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. 0. Okay. Apart from job satisfaction, all other independent variables are not significant here. Only job satisfaction is a significant variable here. Only job satisfaction is a good independent variable here. Only job satisfaction can predict the dependent variable. Okay. All other variables are not relevant here. All other variables are not significant here. All other variables are not independent variables here. That is the point. The p-value. That's the most important one. Okay. Then those are the explanation regarding binary logistic regression. Okay, thank you. I am Dr. Shivakumar, FCMA, your course coordinator and resource person. I am assistant professor of Sri Nilakanta Government Arts College, Patambi, Palakkad District, Kerala. I am a fellow member of the Institute of Coastal Accounts of India. Besides, I am a PhD grade of the Calicut University. Okay, thank you.